YouTube, you guys asked for it, so today you guys get it. A Warzone Recoil guide. Let's go. All right, you guys, this is one of the most requested videos I have. I have put out aim guides before. I put out a lot of things, but there are some things that people just don't understand. And I think recoil is one of the most overlooked things when hitting your shots in Call of Duty Warzone. Obviously, there's certain guns that have less recoil than others, but they all have recoil at the end of the day. There's no gun that has zero recoil. Even the M13 has recoil. And I'm going to start off with that weapon today just to show you guys, like, truly, you have to be able to control even something like the M13. So, before we jump into it today, guys, if you guys do like the video and you guys do like this kind of guide that does help you guys out, make sure you guys drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys do like this kind of content. I'd much appreciate it. And comment below, guys, what you guys want to see next. Any other guides? Let's jump into it. All right, you guys. First thing we got to talk about when we're talking about recoil control. What is recoil? So recoil is when your gun basically does whatever it's going to do going off of what the build of your weapon is. Every single build that you have is different. So when I say I have a no recoil build on a gun, that means there's minimal recoil. There's always recoil on weapons. This M13 has been always known as the no recoil M13 since the beginning of time of Warzone and even in Modern Warfare. But look, when I have my mouse off here, does that look like no recoil? Some people it probably does. But to me, that looks like it's going up to the right. If you disagree with that, you obviously can't see. But that is very minimal recoil. Like the most minimal you're going to see. That's why I want to start off with the M13 today. When you're aiming in here, guys, you know it's going to go that direction. You're just going to pull this way. Like you want to make this line this way, essentially. So when you're aiming here, I'm just pulling down to the left. And we're hitting those shots. Pulling down to the left. I want to show you guys on a controller as well. It's the same thing. I honestly tried plugging in controller and showing you guys this, but without aim assist, it's pretty tough. And honestly, I haven't used a controller consistently since I was a top ranked player in World War II. Best competitive ranking system I've ever had, by the way. I was good on a controller. I understand how hard it is on a controller, but 90% of shooting a gun on a controller is how good you are at locking in your aim assist. And that's why pro players like Z-Laner, Tommy, Swag, Booyah, those are the best controller players in the world because they lock in that aim assist right away. Like, it might take you guys a little bit longer to get locked in. It's because they're already really good at the controller. Obviously, they can control that recoil like no one's business, but they also know how to get that aim assist locked in right away. There's nothing against aim assist. I have played on a controller forever. I am non-biased. Some of you guys have that hatred for some reason against keyboard and mouse versus controller. I don't care. Use whatever makes you play better at the end of the day. I want to actually get my scuff controller is actually broken, guys, where my left bumper hasn't. If you guys have been around, my left bumper is broken. I want to get it fixed and get back to using it in this game because I like playing controller. It just hurts my hands to play it like all the time. So it'd be kind of fun to mess around with it. Obviously, I'm just going to show you guys on mouse and keyboard today. I'm just not good enough and play consistently enough to really give you guys a perfect demonstration of controller. Plus, like I said, most of it is just locking that aim assist in. Let's go to another weapon because this M13 is way too easy. All right, you guys. So here's a gun that has a bit more recoil. The Ram 7. Obviously, this is my build with it. Monolithic, Ranger, Commando, 50 round. And this would normally be a blue dot like you saw on the M13. We don't have the blue dot on, so you guys can just see a little bit better. All right, so no recoil. This is my no recoil Ram build. Like there's no recoil on this gun, if you ask me. But when you run it, that's a lot of recoil. That is a lot of recoil, and there's a big reason why a lot of people say this gun isn't no recoil when they use it. It's because you really need to be good at controlling either your controller stick or your mouse. Watch how easy I can control this. We're going to sit right here. Right on the money. Even if you're like within this box here, you're probably hitting your shots because bullets register outside of the body a little bit in this game. If you guys haven't ever noticed that, the hitbox is pretty big. So if you're in this general area, you're beaming people, guys. Even if you get out to here or here, you're beaming people. At the end of the day, If you have aim assist and you lock in right there, you're killing someone. On a mouse, you stay in that area, you're good to go. So at the end of the day, is it easier to control recoil like in up close fights? Yes. Harder at long range fights? 100%. But I would always say controller is better for up close fights because aim assist is insane when it gets to close fights. Long distance fights, the best players lock it in right away. Mouse and keyboards, I would say, have an advantage in most situations in long distance. But on this gun, you really got to just control it, guys. You have to be a little bit more aggressive with that downward pull we were talking about with the last weapon. So you guys, last time we were talking about that slightly downward pull. Let's go back over to this one. So we're talking the slightly downward pull this direction. On this one, we're even slide canceling in here, boys. It's a bit more dramatic. So you're just being more aggressive with it. So I'm probably pulling about 2 times as hard as I was in the last one. So that's how you control that one. You just multiply it. Like, you have to know the recoil of the gun, though. Every build is different. I can't say that enough because so many people have different builds out there and are telling you false stuff a lot of times. I might have never lied to you guys on this channel. This is about the least recoil you can get with the Ram 7. Let's go to a tricky one, the AMAX. All right, you guys, AMAX time. The AMAX is a tricky one. I have multiple friends that have told me for the longest time they don't like using the AMAX. Now the AMAX is on top and they're like, I still don't like using the AMAX because the recoil is weird. And I don't blame you. The recoil is a bit weird on this gun and one of the toughest to use in the game. It matters what attachments you have on it, though, because forever I was running the Ranger, which has more of like a circular recoil. Then I switched over to the Commando and I found out why people run the Commando on this gun. It's because it's mostly vertical recoil, and vertical recoil is the easiest recoil to control. Horizontal is a little bit funky because you're going with movement, which I will get into here in a little bit, but just vertical recoil, guys. Just pure vertical recoil, but it goes back and forth. You see that? Like, it's kind of like going in and out. It's kind of weaving. We kind of made a dick, guys. It looks like a ball sack with a dick. Ruh-roh. But that recoil, it's a little funky. But with this, it's mostly vertical recoil. And vertical recoil is the easiest because literally, you just pull down. With a controller, always the easiest as well. Just pull down. Look at how easy it is to just keep it where I want it. There's nothing better than that right there, guys. A lot of people find this gun tough. You might have the wrong build on it. The Ranger grip that I used to run on it, or the Merc grip that I originally ran on, that Biffle used to run, because that's who Biffle originally started using this AMAX back when he won the big Twitch Rivals tournament with Nick Merckx and Swag. And that gun had like a weird recoil pattern, and you had to lock in that aim assist, or you had to just be on point with your aim and just really maximize that control. Now, with that Commando foregrip, it's really just vertical at the end of the day. Does it feel weird with movement? Yes. So let's get into that. All right, you guys. So this is going to be our target here. I just want to show you guys with movement. How do you control your recoil with movement? So we know this is going to be vertical recoil with the AMAX. We're going in here, slide cancel and jumping. Pull down as soon as you can. We're moving. We're pulling down that whole time. You have to just get used to going out of your comfort zone and just, you know, you're going to not be on point right away, but you got to get there and pull down. If you're in that general vicinity, like I said, you're probably cooking. You're in a good spot. But if you're going all the way, say you're aiming here, and you're just letting this recoil control you, you can get all the way up there. And you see it all the time. On people I kill, I'm like, what are these guys shooting? How do they have, even in this lobby right now? Because skill-based matchmaking is supposed to help them out. But like, you really just do what I gave you earlier on the simple pull down, and then add your movement into it. So you're moving, but you're just keeping your reticle in the same spot, and you're still pulling down to the left. Aim in here, still keeping it in the same area. It's really simple at the end of the day, guys. Like, I know a lot of people wanted this guide, but there's really nothing I can help you with other than you have to work on your aim, whether you're using controller or mouse and keyboard, and you just have to pretty much just put in the time, guys. You have to know the recoil of your weapon. I would always recommend to go into something like this, a custom game, Plunder, and just literally shoot into the wall with the gun you're using. Easiest thing to find out. Like, find out that recoil, learn how to control it. At the end of the day, it's very simple. that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. I just wanted to show you guys a few different recoils just to show you that there is differences. You're not going to be perfect with one. One might be easier than the other. Like the Ram recoil is a little bit different than this one, but if you get the right build on every single gun, you're going to find one that works for you, and everyone's playstyle is a little bit different. So if one meta isn't working for you, we're actually lucky in Season 3. There are so many different weapons. Like, I should probably break out like the Krig or something because that's a little bit weird, but we're just going to stick with the Modern Warfare weapons today because we're in a custom game. But that's going to be about it, guys. The recoil control in this game is pretty minimal for the most part compared to other games, say like CSGO or Valorant, one of those guns where you literally have to control your movement to it like a T. But Call of Duty's always been free-flowing, and honestly, it's pretty simple at the end of the day. You got to keep it simple in your head. If you're overthinking it, you're probably just not either locking your aim assist in or pulling down in the correct direction. You just have to understand that recoil. So, at the end of the day, guys, I hope this guys helped someone out. I hope you guys did enjoy. If it does help you out, make sure you guys do drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.